Okay, we're going to do a little cardiopulmonary system here. Now, we'll start with the heart, which is simple. You're going to have a thin band and a thick band, a 90-degree angle, and there'll be these little black dots. You see that? It sort of swirls around. You see? They have like a strip. See these black dots? I think they're the heartstrings. Now, you'll also find an aorta. It'll be like a slurpy looking thing that'd be hard to really make out any architecture to it, and another one somewhere else, but they seal off and sort of glue together. Anyway, that's the way the heart is. Here's what you see on the inside. If you break it out, you see these little, and on the microscope you can see there, I'm almost 100% sure those are the heartstrings, and they turn into those black dots. So that's the heart. All right. All the rest of these are lungs. And of course, the heart comes in every different type, and every different type of rock, and sometimes it's literally, blood, and it's literally sometimes exquisitely preserved. And as a matter of fact, let's do that now. Let's show the heart's preserved. All right, this is how exquisitely preserved a heart can become. And this heart is a yoa nut, they call it, from Australia, and it's preserved in blood. They were soaked in blood. That's where all the opals come from, Australia. That's literally a land that is soaked in blood. Now, the reason all these things are so exquisitely articulated in their own exact colors is because transition metal bonding. And it's called carboxylation and decarboxylation. As long as these things stay wet with this transition metals floating within the matrix, they will eventually find the exact molecule that they want to attach to. And this brings up a point that we need to look at this for a health reason, because these tissues are so exquisitely articulated with a certain type of molecule and chemical that we should know exactly what those chemicals and molecules are. And they will be affected by these transition metals, and the ones that have illnesses have bad transition metals, and the transition metals are in your body, and the reason you're in your body and accumulated and concentrated are because of bacteria. And bacteria is over 50% of your body, and they are the miners. They do the things that get the metals and all of the minerals that you need to do the work of your body. And they put antibiotics in you and kill those things, and then your body has a real serious issue. And other issues is you don't have these right kind of bacteria in your body. Now, if you were to find that these colors were wrong, and the guy had the wrong metals here, you're going to find out he's got the wrong bacteria too. That's just my point. That's a little off subject, but that should be looked at. Now, you see how articulated these things are. Now we're going to go look at some lungs. All right, these are all lungs. And this one here was DNA tested. This is CAT scanned. I don't know. Several of them in CAT scan. Now, I'm going to put a little water on there, and you'll see it'll turn red. And that's what they do, where the blood was. When that first came out of the ground, it literally leaked blood. Now this will turn red in here. Now, what you see in here is different types of, different levels of deterioration. Now you see that? That was literally, this is what they call the, I think they call it the pleura. This is this stuff here. It's like a fascia coating that wraps around all of these lungs, and then under that is the meaty stuff of your lobes of your lungs, and that's where the red is. And of course there's black and there's red, because the red is up here and the black is down here, because the black is from the deoxygenated blood, and that's the oxygenated blood. Now, and that's what you have here, the oxygenated blood, deoxygenated blood. And the same thing would happen over here. You see how they have like a separation in the lobes? I'm not sure exactly how that works, but some comes in red, some comes in black, and then it turns it red as it adds the oxygen. This goes from an FeO2 state to a FeO3. Now, you're going to see that all of these have the same, well, not all of them exact same articulation, but this is what happens, is these are little pockets in here, and they literally leach out into the ground and make oil and gas. Now, there's one that's completely leached out, and you can see here, see that red? That's his blood that was still in there. That's the blood that's still in the in the matrix of this thing, and then you'll see crystals that form in here. I don't want to bother looking around for them, but you'll find crystals, they form in those vugs. Now, this is another lung, and you see that's the red spot right at the top. They come in different shapes and different creatures, I'm sure, but the general situation is the same. They change from red to black, and there's this fibrous tissue on them. And you got one like this. I don't know, this one here is all black on the outside. Maybe it was a coal miner or something. Then you got here, look at this. This is very, very cool. They have this same look to them. You see this here? It's unbelievable. Look, that's this part. Hold on. That's this part right here. You see? Of course, this has all been scavenged out from probably acid or something. Now, here's another one. You see? You see how cool that is? You see the black down here? The black is where it's coming in to get oxygenated. And I don't know. Maybe he got shot through the heart. I don't know. There's a little blood vessel there, whether it attached there or not. But you see the difference? It's starting to oxygenate. And then pumps back out of there. You got other ones like this. Same thing. They've got the red and the black, and this is that's what it looks like. You know, that's the lung. What else? Then you got, and then they get big blobby looking ones like this from some, I don't know what this is from. It's from another creature. It's a lung. And metals and things collect in here. This one was a mud lung. Now, I know it's a lung, and you can see the entrance to the lung right there. And then I cut it open to see if I could find any bit of a lung in here, and I stained it white. I did everything. It's completely transitioned into mud. There is nothing that you can see in here that I could find that would make me believe that was a lung. So anyway, that does happen. They transition completely. See this here? This is a green one. Now this is in some kind of a mineral that was in it, in the ground, that leached into here. And again, it might be copper, it might be something like that. Now this was the DNA test. This is a lung. You see this red spot here? They have this little latch on the bottom of them, and this does too. You see it? It's turned a different color, but it's turned the same color as this stuff. Only it's just flat. And that's. We got one around here somewhere. Give me a minute. Hold on. Don't anybody leave. No, I can't find it. I mean, it's around here somewhere, but I can't find it right now. Anyway, it just turns. There's meat. You can actually see ones that have meat in them, and that's just the way it works. That's it. There's another lung right there that has transitioned in a different sort of crazy way. I'm pretty sure that's a lung. It might be a kidney. That, pretty sure, is a lung. You see it? You see a separation between where it's getting oxygenated, deoxygenated, and that was in some kind of other deal. And you see the white ones like this? That's a lung too. If I put enough water on there, and in a couple of minutes, you'll see the vessels will start to show up of the you know what I'm talking about, the air sacs, lobes of the lung. You see them? They're starting to pop in now. And the same thing here. This is a separation between oxygenated blood, deoxygenated, whatever it is. Little bitty lung. This one here is what you see in here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that is the fabric of the lungs that are inside. All right, so that's it for lungs. No, well, here, I'm going to show you some big ones. Hold on a second. All right, I'm going to go through this kind of quick. You're going to see these kind of lungs, and there'll be chunks of stuff in them. They don't have to be the same color. They could be all different, crazy looking colors. This one here is extremely transitioned, but that was a lung, and that's what it is. Now this one here is a lung too, completely transitioned into. You see the articulation? Same stuff. Ah. But this one turned into quartz. And this one was in a different type of condition where it must have been in some kind of volcanic or whatever. But you see here, these are the lobes of the lung. These are the lobes of the lung right here. So I'm not just guessing, these are lungs. Now, this is a lung too. You see that? You say, well, big deal, it's a rock. Well, let me show you something. This is going to be extremely cool on top of being a rock, because it bled, and it bled not only the red blood, but the black blood, because red and black is the color of blood in the mud fossils. The red is, you know, the reddish one here is the FeO3 blood, the oxygenated blood, and the black is the deoxygenated coming up to get oxygen. Now here's one here. This is the, you see all the holes and stuff? That's what happens inside your lungs. This got deteriorated. That's the guy's chest, and that's his back. You see the bone and everything in his back. All right, there's his lungs, and that's the backbone. Alright, so there's a lot of this stuff around. People just aren't paying any attention. Alright, so that's what that is.